Hi there, it's Pam. And today I want to talk about what I've recently uncovered. And I think it's in some form, intellectually or logically, there was some sort of understanding of it, but this was at a different level. This was that emotional heart level that we can get to. And so basically when I was born, I was the third girl. My mother always wanted a boy, so there was a sense of rejection and a sense of disappointment the moment I was born. And then I was a difficult child. I had a lot of energy. I had a resistance to being told what to do, and therefore I could never please her, and I was always in trouble, and I was the trouble child, and then I was looking for my dad's approval, and then it went on to school, and then it went on to boyfriends, and then it went on to husbands and work and colleagues and da 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 da. We know all the stories, okay? And I knew there was judgment and criticism. I was very clear about the judgment and criticism, but what I've just come to understand is I myself have all of these rules and regulations, and sometimes they're extreme, like I'll fast for days on end, and then I'll eat the wrong thing, and then further down, and it's all these rules and regulations. I think that's the best way to say it. Rules for myself, expectations of myself, which therefore brings up the disappointment. And I've kind of knew all this. But what recently I discovered was loving me, the way I learned that love was, number one, it was conditional, but it was disapproval. There was all this disapproval of who I am, the unique individual that I am, the spirited individual that I am. And so for me to love me was to disapprove of me. And the rules, all the rules and all the expectations and all of the regulations I put around, whether it's my regulations or other people's regulations, was actually a way for me to disapprove of me. So it was, if I don't have the expectations, if I don't have the rules, if I don't have set things that I don't even know what regulations is, but anyway, I had an aversion to, let's put it that way. But it was like, that was my way of being able to feel this so familiar. It was so familiar. The disapproval was so familiar. My whole life, I've felt that disapproval. So my unconscious was creating ways for me to continue to feel that disapproval. And by feeling that disapproval, and I would, like, let's say it's about not eating the wrong foods, like choosing healthy. I love to choose healthier foods. I love to fuel my body and my mind with the best foods available to me. And then something's put in front of me that I would normally not choose and certainly wouldn't have at home. And then I would choose that. Even though I didn't want to choose it, I would still choose it. And then that disapproval clicked in. And in one of the latest videos when I talked about the pausing of YouTube, it was the nano thoughts. I talked about nano thoughts because I want you to know this disapproval is like just this nano thought. It's like a flash of a thought that goes through so fast that 99% of the time, I particularly am unaware of it, and I know with people that I work with that they're unaware of it, but would be the nano thought of, really? Like it could be as simple as really. But in that really, if we look deeper into that really, the really is the disapproving of my behavior, the disapproving of my choice, the disapproving of my way of being, the disapproving of the way I speak, like it just was like, it was everywhere. And it actually come from them nano thoughts when I was thinking about the nano thoughts and then I was doing this process. I loved myself even though, and I had this, but it was deeper than that. It was this disapproval of self that was constant. Just these little nano thoughts. So the reason I'm sharing this is I know this to be true. If I'm experiencing this, if I'm going through this, there is people out there that are setting up rules and regulations and ways of controlling themselves, because that's what it was when I was a child. It was, they were wanting to control me for good reasons. This isn't judgment. None of this is judgment. None of it at all is judgment. It's how by observing this we can understand ourselves at a deeper level. And we're setting up all these rules and regulations as ways of controlling our behavior and how we want to be. But just check in, what's under that? Why all the rules? Why all that? It could be I only drink on Friday. That was someone else I was working with. Because I don't drink. Another rule. No, it's not a rule. I don't really like it. I have my moments, but I don't really like it. So we look at, what are the rules and regulations really for? And is it serving us? If we keep, I'm going to call them rules, but if we keep breaking these rules that we've self-imposed, they're self-imposed rules, and then we're breaking it, and then we have this disappointment, or we have this disapproval or judgment or criticism and self, like, do away with the rules. Let's do away with the rules. And choose in every individual moment, do I want it or not? No judgment, just do I want it or not? Whatever that may be. But yeah, very interesting stuff. Very, very interesting stuff. So I hope this helped. I hope you gained something from it. Of course, I used my processes and that to help me. There was sadness. There was so much sadness. Deep sadness under the ways that I was disapproved of and the ways that I was still disapproving of self. So I may even create a tapping video for you that I can link in the bio of this, but this was just to share. I really, really, really hope it's helped someone out there. Keep tapping.